Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Pipeline. I'm business reporter Eric Schwartzel.
And I'm Beth Ponsot from the Multimedia Department here at the Post-Gazette.
And this week, the last episode of 2011, we're looking at some unusual chatter in the natural gas world coming from the Steelers, looking at this year in fracking and giving you the rundown for our predictions for 2012.
So, Eric, first up this week, it's potentially the biggest story we've ever had on In the Pipeline.
Ending with a bang.
And that's that members of Pittsburgh's own football franchise, the Steelers, have turned up as unexpected participants in the fracking debate. Now, obviously, it was only a matter of time before we found the Steelers' connection to natural gas drilling, so here it is. Steelers icon Jerome Bettis has filmed a PSA for the EPA, taking a turn as the face of the EPA's upcoming push to limit emissions from power plants. The former NFL running back was in D.C. last week, and he met not only with the Clean Air Council, but also with Senator Bob Casey, who we know here in Pennsylvania as the senator behind much of the state legislation aimed at further regulating the natural gas industry. So as the bus pushed for stronger environmental laws in Washington, Steelers strong safety Troy Polamalu tweeted that his recommended movie of the week was Gasland, the documentary by Josh Fox that spawned an unprecedented fractivist movement.
Now, whatever your opinion of Josh Fox, or Troy Polamalu for that matter, it's hard to deny that Mr. Fox's rise to the spotlight has had a strong influence on the national conversation when it comes to fracking, one that has evolved significantly since the film debuted 2 years ago.
Absolutely, and Josh Fox can certainly be attributed with fueling the rise of the fractivist movement, which has led an anti-industry campaign that's only grown louder over the past year. Here in Pittsburgh, we saw organized citizen coalitions turn small local elections into huge wedge issue debates.
Right, and once New York lifted their moratorium on drilling this summer, some of the debate moved north, with concerns rising about drilling near the Delaware River Basin. That supplies drinking water to much of the East Coast. The Delaware decision has been delayed, it's thought because of political sensitivities having to do with President Barack Obama's re-election campaign. He's involved too.
President Obama is trying to balance a push for new jobs without alienating his liberal base, and that's a liberal base that's looking for more stringent environmental regulations. This is also going to be a balance that will certainly be in play for Senator Bob Casey of Pennsylvania, who's also up for re-election in 2012.
Right, really, the debate over who regulates shale drilling is not going anywhere.
Nope.
Earlier this week,
we're counting on it, right?
Oh yeah, and we're not going anywhere either. South Fayette Township just introduced a 2012 budget that sets aside $20,000 to defend its local ordinance against a pending lawsuit from Range Resources. But things could change if an impact fee comes attached to every well, and that would be because of Harrisburg legislation.
Right.
Suddenly, townships might want more rigs because they want the extra revenue that comes with them. And they might rewrite ordinances that open up more land for rigs in the hopes of getting more impact fees.
Absolutely, and of course we can't forget our neighbors in Ohio and West Virginia, which will start to draft or implement state regulations on shale drilling in the coming year. Shell Oil Company is also expected to announce next month where it will place a multi-billion-dollar ethane processing plant.
It's a processing plant called a cracker plant. So we'll have
Really?
yeah, it's called a cracker plant, so we'll have to practice saying that next.
Okay, good. Well, it's only one of the new infrastructure projects expected to bring jobs to the region in the next year.
As you can see, been a big year in shale, and it looks like 2012 will be even bigger. We've been proud to spend 2011 chronicling the story with you on Pipeline.
And on Facebook and Twitter.
And on Facebook and Twitter, all platforms everywhere. And we'll see you in the new year.
Happy holidays.